Oi, 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 what a day today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited that it's weekend because I clearly need a little bit of downtime. I was pretty sloppy today and I broke one of my cardinal rules on taking base hits, especially pre-market. That was a big reason I started off red and then I don't know, I never really got out of that. So today we almost reached our max stop on the day down $200, but we're down to like 150 right now, and we're still in an open trade. MOGU. One of the main reasons I streamed so long today because we were like waiting to get out of this one. It's like slowly been inching up. There's so little volume on it; it hasn't really been moving. So yeah, it was just kind of a weird day today. A lot of stocks did not get any follow through. We're going to talk a little bit pre-market or focus on pre-market because there was a clear indication at one point that today was going to be a whack trading day. I basically knew it from the get-go because our pre-market lead gappers all were not performing. They all were not holding their highs. So that was a big red flag. Luckily, I managed my risk really, really well, and I pivoted my trading strategy a little bit from breakouts, pullbacks, and stuff like that to really buying more like dips, consolidations, and the 9-minute EMA breakouts. So that's kind of why I ended the day okay, but I really left a lot of profits on the table somehow. I didn't get aggressive when the opportunities showed themselves, and then I would miss, a 15% run up, or I would, accumulate, but then sell right before the, big run up. So I was not in the perfect really mindset, I guess. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit tired. So whatever, it is what it is. This whole week has been tremendous. It's been one of my best weeks so far. So I will take a small red day any day. It happens from time to time. I mean that's just pure statistics. I mean my win ratio right now is like a little bit over 60%. So out of every 10 trades, 4 of them are red, 6 of them are green, and then if you just throw that into the mix machine, some days are going to be red. That's just how it is. All right, guys, let's go to the charts now, and then it's weekend, time to chill, time to relax a little bit. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll talk about a swing trader, so maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. So guys, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. Consider subscribing if you're new. Join the community. It's really, really good fun. We start every day at 9:15 to review the watch list and then trade the market open. Let's go to the charts now, and then it's time to relax. Ooh-wee, guys, what a long and tedious and just a tough day of trading, I gotta say. It was really, really tough. We traded a lot of tickers today, and we traded quite a bit of volume. I think we did 20 trades today. But overall, this was a great week. I mean, we started Monday up around $26,474, and we grew this account really, really nicely. Today we have a $150 loss. This is kind of a variable amount. I withdrew some money from this account as well, about $1,460. This was just at $26,000 flat. But since I'm actually still in an open trade with MOGU, which is just the only reason, well, actually one of the reasons we kind of streamed so long today is because I was waiting for this one to close out, but it just has not hit my target yet, and it has very light volume. So I don't know, maybe it won't even hit my target, but that's a big reason I'm still holding this one. So pretty sweet week overall. I mean, this was a beautiful growth. So Jeez, who's making that much noise? So I basically just set we're approaching the end of the month, and I basically set the numbers back to 0 more or less. So I would like to start this account at $26,000 and kind of grow it from there. Obviously we're down a little bit more than that right now. And then eventually as we go, like every month, I'll probably set that, take the money back out of the month, and then I'll probably set it back to, I don't know, constantly grow it though a little bit. So maybe next time we'll set it to 27, 28, 29, 30,000. Really depends. Maybe one month we have a blowaway month where we make like $5,000, $10,000. So then I could grow it a little bit quicker as well. But I'm basically taking money out all the time, setting it aside for taxes, yada, yada, and just kind of setting it aside. So as the account slowly grows, I will constantly take money out of it. So it's kind of hard to see the real P&L here, and that's what Trade Journal is going to be for as well. So we're gonna talk about Trade Journal more in the future when there's going to be a calendar that shows you the P&L per day. It shows you how many trades you made per day. So that's going to be a really cool feature coming to Trade Journal within the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 months. Right now, there's a few other things in the pipeline that need to be worked on, but Trade Journal is just getting better and better. So no, there isn't any changes required on the user's end. You know, as long as you document the trades, all the new features will work totally fine as they come out. So MOGU, should we just talk about this one first? I'm not even really sure. We had so many trades today, and what did I say? We had 20 trades. We had a lot of tickers today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tickers. It was just, that's a lot of stuff. Let's just start with the biggest losers, MOGU. You know, I'm still live on this trade. I was waiting for a crack of VWAP this whole time, and I want to sell as we start creeping above 2.4. This is where I want to start taking profits. Are we going to kind of see a move like that? I really don't know. If we see a big red candle like one of these, I'll close this position, hopefully on an uptick, and I'll just get out of it, take my loss, call it a day, which is totally fine. We might see it. I don't know. What was the next one? Actually, MOGU is really similar to VRNA. So let me just talk about VRNA very quickly here. Whoops, you're going to have to wait. VRNA. So VRNA, this is similar. So I was waiting for a crack of VWAP. We didn't get the crack of... Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, so back at it. Just like VRNA, it did not crack VWAP and had this pullback. This was a red candle, and then I closed it for 779 because if it doesn't hold above VWAP, that's a red sign. That's a bearish sign. So that's why I closed this one, took my profits, and walked away. So yeah, just coming back to MOGO very quickly here. If we do not hold above VWAP, which we don't know yet, right now we're just having a retest of the 9-minute EMA. But if we don't hold this area, we have a flash pullback to 2.3. Then you could pretty much bet that I will set my limit order to sell somewhere in this area, take my profits, and move on. I do obviously hope if it breaks back above 235, that'd be amazing, but nothing's guaranteed. So that's kind of my game plan there. Let's keep going here. ABUS. Now this one's, you know, our second biggest loser on the day, and this really sucked because I should have honestly been green on the day today, but ABUS, I fumbled so hard on it. It's just ridiculous. I can't even emphasize how ridiculous it is. So here on the 4-hour, you can see this one's been selling off all day. I knew ABUS was a super sketchy ticker. I didn't want to trade it. I thought it was super overextended, and it was. It's been pulling back all day. This thing just was red flags to me. But I did know that, you know, 5.5 is not just a psychological bounce zone. I've noticed 5.5 is a huge bounce zone. It has the 9-minute EMA coming in as well for support, and it has multi-month support and resistance on 5.5 as well if you go to the daily. So this thing has huge support on 5.5. Not to mention, let me scroll back a little bit further. You can see 5.5 was a, you know, bounce pullback zone. Let me remove this alert here. We broke through it. We had a retest on 5.5. So this is a good zone right here. And we were waiting for this trade all day today. 42% this thing was pulling back. And this is when I was like, okay, guys, we entered the 5.5 territory. Let's go. Let's get this trade. Let me cancel these orders. These are left over from the stream still. Let's go and enter this one. So I bought here at 5.59, which was way too aggressive for my first entry, but whatever, it is what it is. And then, you know, it was a small trade that was only like $600 or like 560. And then we pulled back again. I bought a little bit more. Then we pulled back again, bought a little bit more. Was waiting for a break higher here. Didn't really get it. So I closed out for a small loss. And actually this loss was like $60. It wasn't great, but it was like whatever. Unfortunately, then we pull back higher again. And this is where I clearly got FOMO in this area because I bought back here at 5.3. And then I closed again for a small loss on this one at 5.4. So I was 10 cents a share loss. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. This thing flushes down to 520 or something like that, 518. And then it runs all the way up here, 15%, and then again, 18, and then like a total of 22%. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. That was exactly what I wanted, but my timing was off. And I took 2 losses on this one in a row. And I was like, oh, like, 2 losses in a row on ABUS. Now it's pulling back again. And like, I'm already down $95 on it. Like, do I really want to do a third trade on it? Yes, I did want to do a third trade on it. I talked myself out of it. I should have just done it. I could have remade back my losses and then some. This would have been a green trade, and this would have put me green on the day for sure. So it's crazy. Like some days you have red days, some days you have green days, but a lot of times they come down to these really minuscule decisions. And this one The worst part about this loss, and I say this all the time, I don't care about losses. Losses are great. I like to cut my losses. I like to reduce my risk. Managing your risk is the most important thing about trading. What I don't like is a setup that I call out. It does exactly what I want, and the only issue was that my timing was off. I entered a little bit too soon, then I got shaken out, and then I didn't feel like re-entering. So it's just a total bummer how this one played out. I gotta say, it's a bit annoying. It is what it is, but yeah, I could just look at that all day and just shake my head. But whatever. I mean, bad things happen, so you get over it. It's not the end of the world. This week has been a tremendously great week. This has been my best week in a while. Every day was green, I think. So taking a one red day a week is totally fine. Can't really complain about it too much. So yeah, going through here, MGU, MOGU, we talked about ABUS, we talked about ENT and SQL. ENT is one of the bigger, longer things to talk about actually. Yeah, so let's quickly wrap this one up. ENT was one of our lead gappers on the day. 3 million float, gapping up 100% pre-market, which was pretty nice. U.S. entertainment company, court approval, first day. Motion access, so they had access to $30 million out of their $80 million cash loan access. It was, though, on the backside of a move, which made me a little bit nervous on this one. We had a big move here. We had some moves here, got rejected. 180-day moving average coming in here, 7.5, 7.2, roughly huge resistance zone. So, but it did have high relative volume. But these are all reasons I was not really too excited about trading ENT. And I knew this was going to be more of a pre-market trade than anything. Although I was thinking that maybe we would have a quick pullback to VWAP and then bounce really nicely off of that, which we never really did too much. Maybe in this area at 595, and then this area, I gotta say, I dropped the ball so hard on this one. This trade right here, I could have been green on the day. We had a double bought, kind of a double, I don't even know what you would really call this, but anyway, we had a kind of a false breakdown here. So we tried to break below 5.9, didn't really work. Big buyers came in. I had limit orders all in this area, but a little bit too late. I was chasing and I was removing, I was chasing, and then this thing ran up 15%. So I didn't have the strong conviction. I wasn't aggressive enough when the trade was right. So that really was kind of annoying because, perfect setup here. And then all of a sudden this thing had a huge flush to the downside here, 16%. I bought it on the way down at 623, kept on pulling off. And again, took one of my bigger losses on this trade. Boom, right out of the gates, like boom, down $90. And I was like, oh God, so annoying. Didn't trade ENT the rest of the day. I just felt like, it did have some really nice support here. So I missed this $5 bounce. I don't know. I didn't really trust ENT that much. We did have a nice little 9-minute EMA pullback here. So, there was opportunities on it. I didn't really trust it. And look at this area. Actually, this is kind of nice here. 9-minute EMA breakout. Pretty sweet move there, 10%. So, I don't know. It is what it is. ENT, just a lost opportunity, I guess. SOL was a total ridiculous trade, but I'm happy I made it out alive on this one. This one gapped up for a second pre-market, and then I kind of aggressively entered this one on a bigger dip. Kind of see the daily chart moving up here. And I bought this dip here. I thought we were going to have a quick retest, maybe at 1.8. We did have a retest, but we kept on pulling back 7%. I used a tiny size here, so I was only down this position was tiny. It was like $600 or so. So this one, even though we were down like 8%, percentage-wise, I was down almost nothing, or dollar-wise, I was almost down nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just buy more here. And by the time I was about to click here, I didn't get a fill, bounced right back up, and then I pretty much, closed this position for a small loss. Actually, a pretty big percentage loss. It was like a 5% loss. But wanted to buy this dip, and then, would have been probably bought like a small green trade. I don't know. It's just so choppy. Everything was so choppy today. I was like, I'm kind of disappointed, like how the markets kind of perform. I'm obviously more disappointed how I perform, because no matter what the markets do, you could be green, but you got to read the markets properly. You got to kind of be patient. You got to manage your risk. I think we managed our risk really well, but I don't know. It just wasn't really one of those days that lived up to its expectations, because we're obviously momentum trading. We're trading breakouts, pullbacks. This is more of an aggressive strategy. So on a day where the markets aren't as hot on the small caps, the strategy doesn't perform as well. So sometimes it's all about how much can you pivot. Can you pivot from that strategy a little bit and maybe decide to trade dips a little bit harder? And that's kind of what I tried to do today, but it just ended up really not working as well. So here we go, MOGU. I just wanted to check it again. It's kind of consolidating in this zone. There's definitely a decent amount of buyers. I really want to see this thing pop higher, but I gotta say it's not looking too hot. So I might actually close this trade. That's really annoying because whatever. Okay, so let's keep going here. MGEN. What did we do with MGE? I don't even remember this one right now. Hold on. I will remember it in a second. Yeah, MGEN. We traded this one really close to the end of the stream. I was actually up a pretty decent amount on this one, but I was looking for a little bit bigger continuation. So we had a nice bounce here, was up 5% almost on this one. And I was looking for it to break the 1.3 shoulder, 1.33. And then sell into like 1.34, 1.5. Didn't get that, and then actually ended up closing here at 1.3 for not that great of a profit, but at least it wasn't red. We were up though like $50 on this one, so it would have been nice if I just used really big share size here, like $2,000 entry, $2,500. I think I would have felt pretty comfortable doing that, and then honestly just selling into the rip above VWAP at like 1.31 or 1.32, just like keeping it that simple. And then that would have been like really nice profit on this one. So just changing the way you trade on a day that's weak is crucial. So as soon as you identify that the day is weak, you gotta change your strategy. And I started off today making big mistakes on that aspect. So and those mistakes came on. I think we reviewed everything except MDGS and NTZ. So I'll review MDGS first, and then the big mistake came on NTZ, even though that was actually my most profitable ticker. So MDGS, we had a quick little pullback here. Found some support. I bought here at 198 roughly, and then I kind of sold here. This was great. This was exactly what I wanted to do. So after this trade, I started breaking my rules. My rule is pre-market base hits only. Look for those base hits. Don't look for, a trade that makes you, a huge home run, because oftentimes those don't happen more times than not. And then, you'll be up 5% or whatever, and then you close for a loss. Those are the worst. I hate when that happens. So take those base hits, especially when you're starting the day. There's no need to start the day down a lot of money. That's just really annoying. So MDGS, pulls back here and breaks 9-minute EMA, was kind of weak, and I took my profits, and boom, I took my profits and it flushed down like 8%. So I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I was up 4% and I would have been down here like 8% in a heartbeat. So that's why you take those base hits pre-market. After this, I knew this one was weak, didn't have a lot of volume, was trending below VWAP. I was like, whatever, I'm not going to keep trading MDGS. But just like that, you could be profitable. So it's like, if I just did that a few times pre-market, it would have been a great day. So NTZ, this is where I made all the mistakes, even though this is actually my biggest winner on the day. So it's kind of weird how that works sometimes. Whew. Trending higher here. This is actually looking pretty decent. How much is this thing pulling back though on the day? Pulled back 165. I clicked on too much stuff. This is how I gotta wrap up, because I can't even use TOS anymore. So MTZ, I traded like an absolute lunatic this morning. It was quite absurd. We had a really nice setup here. 9-minute EMA pullback, 5-minute bull flag. This was looking good. I bought the first dip here. Everything was looking good. I was looking for, again, this is where I made my mistake. I was up like 5, 6, 7 even percent here. And I was looking for the crack of 2.68. I was looking for the crack of VWAP, didn't get the crack, and I sold this one for like, I don't know, like basically a scratch. And I was like, oh, I gave back so many profits. Like, that was ridiculous. So I should have took those base hits. And that's when I started getting sloppy. Then again, I got FOMO, and then I bought back here, and then I sold here on this big pullback. And all of a sudden, I was red on this. On this awesome, clean, simple setup, I was red. This one was 1 million float, Italian furnishing fixtures and appliance company, renews a securitization facility, high relative volume, and it was holding its highs okay pre-market. So I gotta say, I really hear it jumps on securitization facility renewal. So man, yeah, super FOMO. Then, breaks higher here. Again, what do? I buy this breakout, which is okay. I don't like buying breakouts, but whatever. I'm up 5%. I'm up quite a bit at this point, and I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for that big runner. We don't get it, and it pulls back, and I actually take a loss on this one. So it's like, Jesus. you know, 2-3 hit trades in a row, all of which I could have been profitable on, all of which I lost on. So this was like really sloppy trading, and I was really kind of upset with myself. And I also knew that the market was not going to be probably that hot today because we're not getting follow through on any of our lead gappers. That's a big red sign pre-market. Eventually, I was like, Alex, you're doing it all wrong. It's all about base hits, and that's when I, switched up here a little bit. Took my first base hit, and then took my second base hit. These little dip trades and pullback trades. So that's what I did right, but it took me way too long to pivot. Market opens. I actually did a pretty nice trade on this one. We had a pretty aggressive pullback here. I didn't get the great entry I wanted, but I loaded up fairly quickly, and then we broke higher here, and I quickly took my profit. So this was very quick. Actually, the entry was okay. It was the exit that was horrible. The exit was way too soon. But again, I was like, whatever, I'm taking base hits. I don't know if this is going to break the 9-minute EMA. I don't know if this is going to be a red degree move. And that's what this was. This was a red degree move. But again, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for base hits. So I sold right here before the break of 2, which sucked because I actually left like this time like 10% on the table. So it's always like kind of tricky. Like you never really know if taking profits is the right idea. But honestly, in the long run, it almost always is. We had a nice little pullback, great entry here, but small size, only about $800, which kind of sucked because this is actually one of the bigger, nice percentage winners on the day. So like NTZ, man, like the fact that this is my biggest winner on the day is not a good sign because I butchered this one left and right, totally. Small trade here, dip trade on this one, made a little bit of money, but it was sketchy. Oh man, I don't know. It was just one of those days where it's like, I feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're not really going forward. And that's kind of what today felt like. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much overall the general gist of today. Really nothing too blow away awesome, but we managed our risk okay. And I don't know, we're kind of near our max stop on the day, which is at $200 negative. So if I'm down, $200, then it's time for me to wrap it up. We got really close to that number multiple times today. And honestly, if I don't get out of this MOGU trade, then maybe we will hit that $200. So that's really not very nice. Yeah, so on the 5-minute, this thing's getting kind of sloppy here. I think we're gonna have to close this one out. It pains me so much because this one really had the good potential, and I should have closed it out probably here at 232. Then I could have, I don't know. It is what it is. So let's see, maybe we can get out here at 33. I'm going to go ahead and put my limit order already for that. And then if I don't get this execution, then I will try to force this exit on the way down, which sucks because you obviously don't get the best fill, but I was looking for a crack of VWAP. We didn't get the crack of VWAP. At least we didn't hold the crack of VWAP, and we pulled back 3%. So I got to wrap it up. I mean, like, whatever. It's a small loss. I don't really care. It's just like, it is what it is. I don't know. Anyone that's had a red day, even though it could have been easily a green day, if like they, on a few trades, I pulled the trigger at the right time, and a few trades, I just waited a little bit longer. But whatever. Overall, the week was phenomenal. Yesterday, we basically made $300. The day before that, 500. So overall, I'm super stoked. And, we could easily make back today in like 1 or 2 trades. So it's not like the end of the world. It's just whatever. I'm actually super stoked it's weekend because I need to rest my head a little bit. It's been a phenomenal week and I am ready for some downtime. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it. I will see you guys first thing on Monday morning, and I might see you guys on Saturday. So maybe Saturday I'll come out with like a swing trade video or something. I know you guys often request for those, and I don't know. We'll see. If I see something nice, then I'll make a video about it. All right, guys, that's everything for this video. So I will see you guys later. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to see you again. Join the community. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.